So we talked to James Wilson some months ago, and I thought we'd have another little chit chat while we had you here and pace them out, because this is going to go out in the middle of winter. It's dark, it's cold, but still, it doesn't make any difference, does it? I mean, you have these summery nights when you can't sleep. Winter nights doesn't make a difference.
And it's going to be quite interesting. So January, new year, new me. We all decide to do something about our sleep. And I think actually, so in the summer we think, well, I can't sleep in the summer because it's hot. But during the winter months, central heating really makes a massive temperature fluctuations. So in the summer, it's constantly warm, and eventually our body gets used to it. In the winter, it's like up and down in the house. So central heating, I would always say, you're trying to keep the temperature in the bedroom a little bit cooler than the rest of the house. Because you walk into that room, you actually want it to feel a little bit cooler. Another big issue during the winter months, it's darker. So this might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but daylight is incredibly important to sleeping well. Having lots of light exposure earlier in the day actually helps you sleep better at night.
Don't draw the curtains in?
So in the morning, as soon as you get up, daylight.
Yeah.
One thing I often work when I'm working with people who are struggling a little bit, we use like light boxes. So you may be having your breakfast, you've bought a light box, it's behind you. It's just saying to your body, this is now time to be awake. This is stopping the melatonin production in the morning, which allows you to have stronger melatonin production at night. And that could be that's quite a common thing in the winter. What we often find, you sleep a little bit longer, but you feel worse, because there's not that daylight. And I think when we're in workplaces, when we're working and we're not getting out at lunch and things like that, it can affect us, because we go to work, it's dark. Yeah. We come home from work, it's dark.
Well, we're calling here at Standard Bank. You've been doing some sessions here. I mean, the executive today, they're the ones that are stressed out, burning out and that sort of thing. Are they the ones that are really in peril because they're not getting...
I think that's why I work with everyone from government ministers. I work a lot in sports, in football and things like that. I work with people who are working on shop floors in retail environments. I work with people who shift work in healthcare environments. And actually, the stresses are different, but if you are stressed, sleep is harder. So it's often what I get with leadership. Quite interestingly, is this a bit of a willful. Sort of willful sleep problems. Sometimes with leadership, you'll get people who they're proud of their poor sleep. They're bought into the sort of the Margaret Thatcher, Donald Trump idea that sleep is for wimps. That idea that we had in the 1980s, the noughties and the 90s, that sleep is for wimps. I'll sleep when I'm dead. James, I'm amazing. I can do triathlons. I can run this company. And then you sort of talk to their staff and they're like, that is quite scary. So within organisations, often get that. Just to be clear, Standard Bank is not like that. And often leadership just drive this sort of stuff. So whether I'm working with a sports team or chief executives, if the leadership takes well-being seriously, if the leadership engages with stuff and encourages within their staff to have healthy sleep patterns, to say to people, I'm finishing at this time because I want to get home and have a good night's sleep, that's where good sleep comes from. And I know Standard Bank is an organisation like that, and that's the same. When I work in sports, the same thing. If you've got a leader who understands the importance of sleep, my job's easy. Leaders who don't, my job's hard.
What about people working on shifts? And that must be one of these things when you're constantly moving your shift patterns around. Any advice for them?
Very difficult. I think on the islands, I've worked on the island with shift work, particularly when there's sort of organisations that actually offer 24-hour support around the world. They will have people working shift patterns. I think it's making sure, the one thing with shift workers is that, like, they're finishing a night shift and they're shattered and they'll go home and go straight to bed. And I think it's making sure you have that wind down time, because you will fall asleep. Sleep deprivation will mean you fall asleep, but you won't stay asleep.
Glass of wine?
I find with shift workers there is an issue around alcohol. I find a lot of shift workers are drinking more than a glass, often drinking a bottle of wine to get sleep. What alcohol does in terms of sleep, alcohol is a sedative. It will knock you out, it will give you the impression of sleep, but the quality of sleep is incredibly poor.
Okay. Finally, with AI and all these Alexa things, I've found it quite useful, those sleep things they can have. You can have like leaves rustling or aircraft noise. Do they help as well? I mean, those sort of things? Have noise going on?
Yeah, they can do. So when it comes to technology, it's always interesting. Part of my company is helping develop different sleep products. And what you find with technology, there's tracking. So your watch on your arm tracking your sleep, or you've got a ring that tracks it. That is different. That is actually saying to you, this is how much sleep you've had, and this is an indication of quality. That's not solving the problem. So that technology, you have sort of tracking, and we have to be careful of tracking, because all it does for poor sleep is confirm what you already know. You're not sleeping well, and then you have intervention, and that's sort of like that. Not like white noise machines, for example, brilliant. Hearing is very important to sleep. If your hearing is focused on something, if you're living in quite a noisy environment, that constant noise can be very relaxing. Can help drop your heart rate. So I like things like I like light white noise, or pink noise, for example. Pink noise a little bit. The research shows pink noise, which is like a bit like a waterfall. That is great.
And there's grey, and there's all sorts of
different sort of frequencies of light. I think on your phone you've got things like you've got apps like Headspace and Calm, meditation apps. They take you through guided meditations, not just before bed, but also during the day. They can really help because they help drop your heart rate. Those sorts of apps sometimes claim to be a sleep app. They're not a sleep app. If your mattress is rubbish, you can meditate till the cows come home. Your mattress is still going to not support you properly. But it's this like, getting everything right, get your environment right, get your behaviours right, get your mindset right. You feel emotionally secure, you feel physically secure, you're more likely to sleep well.
Well, you haven't got any rings under your eyes, so I think you're doing okay.
I'm all right. Like I said, I'm a poor sleeper. I've not cured it. I sleep better, but I still have nights. I've got 3 children for a start.
Okay.
You can't argue with them when it comes to sleep.
If people want more information,
I am the Sleep Geek, so I'm on social media as the Sleep Geek, and I've got a website, thesleepgeek.co.uk.